Okay. It's showtime. We're back. Yesterday we couldn't do it. All the women got tired, did their own thing. Plus, I went to sleep. Everybody had their previous plans set up for the day. Now, I wanted to do it now in case some of the women were still available. We will drop the link so if women will get involved and they want to get in, they can. We did it on a StreamYard this time, so if they feel like they wanted to join, they could. Lex Diamond showed up. Oh wow, that's what's up. Lex is in the house. I ain't seen Lex in a minute. Uh Absolutely. Hit the like button coming through the door, just like DeMarcus just said. I mean, he took the words right out of my mouth. I guess I say it a lot. Hit the like button coming through the door. Well, the women really wanted to talk after the last one. They was like, I want to come up there because you said some points, but I think I need to have my voice. And I was like, it wasn't on StreamYard, so I couldn't do it. Blessing, Sassy. Where's the super chat? The super chat should be there. You don't see a super chat? Let me make sure. Yeah, it's on there. Now, you might have to reset the settings or something. But a super chat should be on there. It better be on there. Hold on. We're gonna kick this in gear in a minute, but what is going on here? That's nuts. The king of Bakerfield.
We'll track the price of your flight.
So well, the ads are working.
That night out on the ice, you saw something. I saw nothing. Someone in this town's hiding something.
Well, that's crazy. That is extremely bizarre. Let me see if there's something wrong here. Then we can get going with the situation. That is nuts. All right. That's what I'm saying. Monetization is on. Everything is on. Well, we'll have to get into that at another time. All right. Hi, Fair Huxtable. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to start going into this process, right? And what you want in a relationship might not be what you need in a relationship. And that's something other people might not understand and they might not grasp. No, I'm not in the office. This is my office. Everywhere I'm at is the office. Now, for whatever the concerns or the reasons may be, we've seen different stretches to where people make concessions for others. Now, what you might say or feel when someone says what you want in a relationship might not be what you need. Well, let's take a good look at that. Now, when other people say, well, what do you need or what do you want in a relationship? And they move in those tropes, you start to see different things materialize in the relationships. Like a woman will have a list of things that they are looking for in a man, period. They would just say, this is what I want, or this is how I feel the relationship should be. And they want these exact type of qualities. And there's nothing wrong with having that as a standard. But sometimes what you want in a person might not be what you need for yourself. You want these things, but it might not be what you need. Like right now, I want to drink a Coca-Cola, but the Coca-Cola might not be good for me. So it doesn't make any sense. If that makes any sense to you. Oh, thanks, Lex. Lex just sent the Cash App anyway. So just send the Cash App. That works either way. Because I don't know what happened on this one. I checked it. I did everything right. Right. So it's the same thing in a relationship. You know, what you want in a relationship might not be exactly what you need. Like some people want to play it safe. Most women choose and have a certain list of demands. Women like in a relationship to be chased, but they don't like the men to be that available. They like the cat and mouse thing that even when they're dating, they want to always be pursued, even in a relationship. That's one of the key things women love in a relationship is to play the cat and mouse game, even when they're dating. Women love to play that and play on those strings constantly. They want to be chased and they want to be available, but they don't want a guy that don't nobody else want. No, 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 no. Women don't want a guy that another girl or another girl is somebody or friends or anybody, nobody's thinking about. Nobody's checking out. Nobody thinks that guy about anything. Women do care about that. Women do care about that. If no other woman wants you, then they're pretty much not going to be interested. You're not going to do anything for them. That's the way they look at it. Like, if I get you, it's like I'm saving you. Women, they don't find that really attractive. So the narrative is you're chasing them is more desperation than, an attraction. It's more like, save me, than an attraction. And that becomes an annoyance to women. You be starting to annoy. Now, when you go into the range of annoy, now you're in an uncomfortable position to where everyone around you is now making an observation and they're observing everything that you do because they want to see for themselves, is this exactly where it is? Now, of course, key things anybody's going to want on either side: stability. You're going to want stability, right? Both sides are going to want some stability in the relationship. Stability don't have to be just financial. Okay, it's more reliable. I need to be able to rely on you. I need to know that you can take care of yourself, that you ain't gonna burn the house down. I need to know I can trust you not to fall asleep with the damn stove going. The stability is more than money. And this is a part that most people seem to not get sometimes. So you don't want to be the fifth child or the next child she got to raise. Stability, okay? Which also goes along with protection. They want to feel safe with you. A woman likes to feel safe. Like when she's around her man, she feels safe. She knows, okay, I'm good. She don't want to be with a guy and he's scared. Like it's not gonna work. That dynamic is not there. Okay, that's a pull in different directions. So, but those are common things that women would want in a relationship. And here's the thing that women say they want all the time is 100% honesty. Ask any woman, they're going to tell you that's what they want. 100% honesty. And that's their list. That is a woman's list right there. Men are different. Man's list is going to be entirely different. See, men start off with finding out what's beautiful in a woman. The beauty. He's men mostly start off with the beauty. Right? Then everything else falls in place. See, men look at the beauty first, then they don't think about all the other qualities till later. They don't really spend enough time, and that's what the problem is now, is that they don't spend enough time getting to actually know the person. Men don't really get to do that right away. A man gets to getting the person to know them more than getting to know the other person. So instead of getting to know each other, one side is knowing the other one, while the other one really isn't revealing anything. But they're so busy with getting the other person to know them. The guy is getting the girl to know him so much, he is not even realizing he's knowing nothing about her because she isn't volunteering anything. Women are more guarded, very guarded than men. Well, it's because of different notions. Because they see that they see different notions because other people that come along and start doing different things, they handle situations entirely different than what the other people do. Things are handled entirely different under a whole different criteria. For instance, when a man makes up his mind that he wants to work with and get to date this girl and he's knowing her, he's already planning the day, and hopefully this be the day he got all the steps right to where they start having sex. For a man, this is the goal, to plant the flag and get out. Most men, or stick around or whatever, but they gotta hit, they gotta score. That means they've accomplished something. The sex part means a lot more to the woman because her giving herself, to real women, actually. Like some girls do it within the first 24 minutes, but I'm saying a real woman. You see, here's the situation that people don't really understand. Most men don't, because they can't see anything besides the man's point of view. They can't see a woman's point of view. Most. But the scenario is this: the sex mean more to a woman because she's giving herself to you. She's giving herself to you. So it means a lot more to them because they're letting down their guards and they're giving themselves to you. So it means more to them. So they take a responsibility with it more than men do. Men can hit it, and yeah, woo, that was great. To them, it's different. A woman is giving herself. She's letting down her ambitions, everything, to go and give herself to you. So that it means more to a woman, a real woman. Now, just because a woman is past 21 does not mean she's grown. And when I mean that, I mean mentally. And just like a man, it goes vice versa. Just because they're over the age of 21 does not mean they are grown, or in other words, mature. Okay? They could be 30 years old and be the biggest immature person you've ever seen in your life on both sides. And this affects relationships. So what they think they want in a relationship, it's not really what they need. Oh, it's very constant. Well, see, here's the thing. What they think they want in a relationship, those keys might not be for them. They're thinking what's going to make them comfortable in a relationship. So the guy that they want to be with will have to compromise to be everything that that person wants it to be. But what they end up doing is, when you find a guy who's not any of the things that you thought you wanted, but he was exactly what you needed. And you see those relationships a lot more than what you normally see in everywhere, in every facts of life. This woman didn't know she needed somebody that was going to have her back and be there for support and motivation. That's what she needed because she lacked confidence. But when she got with this guy through a relationship that was arranged, he wasn't her idea of a guy that she wanted at all. But he was what she needed. He was a positive thinker. He motivated her. She needed motivation in her life. She never had anybody that had her back, that gave her positive reinforcement. She never had that before in her life. So now that she's got positive reinforcement, it pushed her to go out and do things that she never wanted to do. They started to go out, do things, and now they're happy. This was the guy she never would have picked according to her list, but this is exactly what the guy she needed. So what you want in a relationship might not be what you need. And you hear this phrase over and over again. This phrase is very constant. If a person loves you, he'll do anything in the world for you. That's not love. That's a servant. If a person loves you, he's going to do everything in the world you need for you. He'll give you anything that you need, not everything that you want. That's true love. You might be like, if you love me, you're going to take me to Vegas for New Year's. He's going to be like, baby, I love you. I would take you for New Year's, but we got to finish paying that mortgage on that house. And we don't want that tax to hit us for the next year. We need to get that done. We'll say that, put that on our bucket list. We'll get that done next year. This year, we got to take care of that. We got to get advantage of that. Get that paid off. And then we're gonna plan it all year. We'll go next year. We'll set it up to the side. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's real love. Somebody that's knowing the situation and is going to correct you and help it in another situation to make it better for you. Everybody want to go on vacation. Who don't? He said, bro, I have a daughter that just turned 21 last month and moved to another state for a dude that family just met one time, and they've been dating for 2 years, and we just met him. Well, that happens a lot, man. The thing is that you got to understand, when a girl is 21 or 20 anything, they're going to make mistakes. They're in their 20s. Think about you in your 20s. Did you have a job that you're going to work there for the rest of your life? No. Are you going to be they got to live their life the same way. They're going to make some mistakes. They're going to be dating probably the wrong guy. The guy she's meeting at 21, she probably ain't going to be with in 2 more years or whatever. They got to go through, they got to stumble, fall, just like when they first start walking. Hopefully they got a good support system around them and y'all taught them well enough. That's all you could do. But the worst thing to do is to push them away, because then they rebel and then they try to go out and just do it anyway. It's like, we're going to make it without you, and then commit to worse decisions. Well, that's when you never understand. If she don't know how to pay a bill, she might be with this guy that knows how to pay a bill. He might be somebody that she needs. He probably has himself in order, and he's probably going to help her get organized. You never know. God put people in people's lives for a reason sometimes. So that could be another blessing for them. Well, I'm surrounded by couples, people that's married, uh, people been in relationships. I've been through a lot of relationships because I know exactly like what the situation is and what that I want out of a relationship. So I have standards. And me, I think I'm a high quality man and I treat myself as such. So I'm not going to settle for somebody who I feel don't have, you know, the qualities to be with me. But I give people chances, because people could surprise you. You might think something about them, but if you get to know them, they might be entirely different. So people can surprise you. You said, what about from a man's perspective? Well, from a man's perspective, it's the same thing. Men is just a little different. Like I say, they focus more on the beauty right away out the gate. She captivated him with the beauty. So the beauty part comes in first before they really start to focus on trying to get to know the person. Sometimes they move too fast because they're trying to get with the girl so much. That's becomes their driving force. Like, I gotta get with her, I gotta get with her, I gotta get it with her. And they do that so much they forget to actually know or learn something about the person. Got to get to learn the person. Physical attraction is cool, but the older you get, the more that doesn't really do it for you right away. Like, you're more like, okay, physical attraction, yeah, you're beautiful. Like, you've seen a bunch of beautiful girls in your entire life. So beautiful girls come and go, they grow on trees. But what else is there? What else can you bring to the table besides just being beautiful? How do you think? I've dated a girl who had nothing to say, like no conversation. Conversation was about a -5. She couldn't talk about anything. It was so superficial and just nothing. I'm just like, she is bland because she was so used, but it wasn't her fault, but she was propped up on a pedestal since she was in grammar school. So she grew up with this, light brown eyes, long hair, light skinned girl, all the girls like trying to be like her. She was the beautiful girl in the school. So she was stuck up from all these like sexual advances and all the guys wanting her that she didn't have to talk. She didn't have to have good conversation and dialogue. She didn't have any goals. She's not used to answering questions like that. Like, I just asked her a simple question. I'm like, so what are your goals? Like, do you have any plans after school? Like, what is your major, your minor? She was like, I don't know. Still trying to figure that out. I'm like, okay, all right, take a breath. It's okay. It's gonna be all right. But that's initially a surprise out of men. What men want from women and what they want out of a relationship is what they don't get in the marriage. Now, that's entirely different. Now, the marriage is different. This is just relationship. Okay? So in a relationship, what men get, they don't get in the marriage. Okay? So we're gonna get that assessed right now. Now, what men like a lot and what they think they want a lot of in a relationship and they have it a lot in the relationship is sex. sex. Men love that. Okay. 2, what a man wants more than anything out of his woman is trust, loyalty. A man needs to know, and he needs to be able to trust his woman. That is what a man wants the most of out of anything from you besides a cooked meal. No, but trust. Because men are very, very more jealous of anything going on. I've seen this from, especially nowadays. Men are jealous about every little thing a woman does. They instantly go into woman mode and shut down mode. And that comes from a long line of lists of women just basically practicing their skills of rejection. See, rejection on both sides hurts. But for men, it's different because women normally reject men. They like get off on it. There's some girls that just love to just shoot men down. Like they have, like they're like, ew, like how dare him come up to me? Like you should be honored somebody's doing that. You should be honored a man presented himself to you. Yeah, you should be honored. Yeah, if you want to come up, the link is in the chat. Anybody who didn't see it, they can come up and you want to speak. But you should definitely understand that. What men want in a relationship is the simple things. Those simple items. They don't really want a lot. Women want a lot out of a relationship. And sometimes it's draining, especially when the demands and the wants get mixed up with needs. Wants and needs get mixed up. And next thing you know, the man feel like he's working 2 jobs. I'm working at my 9 to 5, and when I come home, I'm right back on the clock. He said, I gave all of that and still sex, loyalty, honesty, and faithfulness, and he still doesn't know what he wants. Well, that's the thing. It's on both sides. You can give somebody all of those things, but if they're not giving the same thing in return, it has to be, somebody got to meet each other halfway. It's got to be 50-50. It can't just be bulldozing, like we said before. Like I said, I had to get out of that other relationship. I'm like, I can't do 90-some% of it and you doing 5. If you doing 5 or 10, that ain't gonna work. What's up?
Hey, I have a question.
Go ahead.
So I'm 23, and you mentioned the thing about with women when you approach them, they feel a type of way, they get in their high horse and stuff like that. That's something that bothers me, and it hurts my like self-esteem in a way. That's why I'm like I have a fear of at the age of 23 of going up to women. Now I wouldn't consider myself a beta or none of that. I've learned a lot. Not only from you with talking relationships, from other people too, family members, but I just want to know what's another way of approaching women nowadays? Because it's right now I feel like it's getting difficult from my point of view.
Well, it's difficult because it probably is the type of women you're approaching. Now, the best way to do it to get to melt down that hostility is to have simple conversations with them. Just have a conversation with them and ask them, and they start acting like, what are you doing?" I'll be like, "I'm sorry." I'm like, "I'm just a man just trying to get attention and try to speak to you. I didn't talk to you in a disrespectful tone. Like, why are you so hostile?"
Okay.
Ask questions, be able to rebuttal back, because it will drain your confidence. It's just like if you worked at a telecenter, telemarketer, and you keep answering the phone, you keep hearing no, 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 no. It's draining.
All right.
It's draining. It drains your energy. It drains. So most of those people, they take their headset off, they go reset, and then they come back, because it's even like that for women. Women get rejected all the time. I know, and it drains their confidence.
Okay.
It drains their confidence so much that they even go to the same sex. I've seen that happen. They just get tired of getting rejected by men, and they just start dating women. It's the craziest thing in the world. I'm serious. It's happened. But yeah, go ahead.
Sorry for interrupting. My bad. There's this another thing I wanted to say before I leave. Earlier in this live, you said no, not in the live. This other video, I believe, with talk. It was in the ONECRAKNEWS. It was this morning. I don't know which one. It was the one with the thumbnail with the female, the black female.
Okay.
And, yeah, you get what I'm saying. So like, you said, because I'm Haitian. You said you dated a Haitian woman.
Yes.
Were they foreign or like the Haitian American? Because
they're Haitian. They were born in Haiti. They came here when they were little kids, though. So they kind of grew up here, but their parents are definitely Haiti. The Pierres. So.
Oh, I'm a Pierre too.
Yeah. So.
Those, like, I'm just saying. I'm like, yo, if you date,
y'all probably related.
Because those type of Haitians, I'm telling you, like, that are born in Haiti and they come here, some of them are kind of crazy. You're actually right about that. I'm thinking that you're dating the ones that are born here, like me, because those are the fine ones. Like, you could get away with dating those, but those over there, those foreign ones that just
they're beautiful but crazy.
Yeah. I'm telling you, those
beautiful
islands
but crazy.
Exactly. Yeah. So thanks for the advice, man. I really appreciate it.
Oh, no problem, man. Yeah, but that's why I've learned through experience. I've dated so many. I've dated Asian women. I've dated Indian women. I've dated, so I've learned a lot about how different relationships is, and customs, and how people move, and a lot of it is the same. No matter what, it's kind of crazy. Even the conversations and the way they respond is kind of the same. And I'm like, that's weird that y'all have this layout where y'all have. I'm like, did y'all share notes? How do y'all have the same lines? It's crazy. But thanks, Kenley. Oh, we have fair. We got a female up in here. Oh, that's a nice thumbnail.
Thank you.
Oh,
How are you?
Yeah.
I was like, I gotta come.
Hello? Uh-oh, your audio went out. I don't know if you can hear me, but
Am I back?
okay, you're back now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was like, I gotta come check you out. But I missed the last part of what you and that young man were saying. He said something about rejection. And I think I had put in the chat, why don't you try becoming their friend first, especially at such a young age? Like, I have a son, so I tell him, become their friend. Well, first of all,
Well, that's the part you missed. See, he's saying from the initial introduction, that he's been dealing with that. Most women, they get, just high horse and start just shooting down the guy immediately.
You mean off top?
And that affects his confidence. I've seen that happen, and it happens to both sides, though. I've seen women the same thing. They say things, just take their confidence down. But it's just like you keep getting those rejections. It often is going
Hmm.
to bring your confidence down. So if you got to have confidence to do it and be able to speak to people and go out. It's just like public speaking. You have to
Okay.
be confident
Hmm.
to do that.
I see
And
what you mean.
right, but the thing is, that was from he didn't get a chance to he tried to introduce himself and get
Mm.
so guys like that, like a lot of girls love that from a young age, from high school or whatever. They just like they want the attention. And then when
Hmm.
the guy come up and talk to them, if it's not the guy they like or whatever, they just shoot him down immediately. And just they don't even get to try to be a friend to him. They just want to have that moment to just shoot a guy down so they can tell their friends what they,
Oh.
it happens.
And
That's
well, those you don't want to be involved with that anyway. So
exactly. But
that showed you up front. Next, you're just like next. That's what I would tell my son. Next, you know how many
yeah,
women there are?
yeah, but
You know.
if you keep like if this happens consistently, then normally it brings people's confidence down. So the way to get around that is to
Hmm.
have rebuttals. Like ask them question forms like, why are you so hostile? Like, what if I did to you? Like, I was coming to introduce myself and be a friend. I didn't say anything disrespectful to you. Like,
Okay. Yeah.
you
Obviously, I can't relate because
gotta
I'm not a
reverse
guy.
it and put it back on them. That way, your confidence don't get rattled. Most people get like no, their confidence go down because they don't know what to say in that
Got it.
moment. And sometimes they do it in front of a lot of people, so it's kind of embarrassing. So
Yeah.
they don't know how to rebuttal that.
Well, to that young man, I would say we all bleed the same blood. You shouldn't be embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just be
Mhm.
like, next, next. But I can't relate because I'm a woman, so we're not going around approaching guys first. So there's that. But and then if we do, they're not gonna be like, no. You know what I mean? They're not gonna be like, no, especially up top. So that's I guess, yeah. I mean, I have a son, but I let his father like handle all of that. So I don't have to even, but I do tell him like initially, like get to know a girl for real. Just really, just be her friend. It's nothing wrong with having several female friends. Friends. Like it's very help. You need to be so you can get to understand the opposite sex before you really get into a relationship
That's
because you know what I'm saying? Because it seems like it's a lot. It doesn't get any easier the older you get. You know?
no.
So,
The thing is that that's true because most guys are, and sometimes girls are stuck up from too many like sexual advances. Like
okay,
nowadays,
that too. Okay.
nowadays it's the guys they don't know how to talk to women because of social media. Like they talk so much throughout social media, they almost never meet face to face. And when they do, they'll sit right next to each other and don't talk, and they'll just text to each other on their phones. It's the
Mm,
weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life.
yeah, couldn't be me.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like when you meet up, put the phone away. Like, what do we have our phones for?
right. It's
Yeah.
like you guys are in front of each other, you guys are still texting each other. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's this new younger age technology thing, and by me growing up in an era where we didn't have those cell phones, so I remember not having a cell phone. I remember how we had to do things.
Yeah. Well, maybe to that young man, you would say maybe you're approaching the wrong type of women. Like maybe it's that too. Like switch it up.
Yeah, see this.
Like
Latrice just said, "Oh, Tracy just brought up something real good here. Make sure your breath smell good and clean and dress nice and
all
smell."
of that.
You see, that is very key for a woman. You know why? Because
Hygiene. Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
today you really need to say that. Back in the day,
You,
you did
you
not have
do.
to say that.
You do.
That
It's a
person
thing.
gonna be fresh to death,
Yeah.
brand new clothes, everything. They going to the mall. They gonna get a haircut. We gonna be ready to go, especially blacks. Let me
Right.
rephrase that. Blacks. We gonna
Right.
now whites not so much, and they can get away with it, and I don't understand it. Like
Yeah.
they just fall out of bed and put some clothes on
Yeah.
and walk right outside. I'm like,
Because Because you can look bummy, but your hygiene and how you dress is two different things.
That's
Your
what I'm
hygiene
saying.
is
No
like,
hygiene or nothing. Just walk right
yeah,
outside, and I'll be
because
like,
you, yeah, because you don't have to be like all flashy, but your hygiene needs to be top tier at all times.
right. I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't feel complete if I don't have. I got like emergency deodorant and stuff, like downstairs and upstairs and 2 bathrooms. I'm buying deodorant for the guest bathroom just in case
Right.
I'm in there. It's like I gotta have stuff for emergencies. I
Yeah.
could not. I would feel so uncomfortable if I couldn't be like showered up.
Yeah. And those are like beginner things. So maybe somebody in their early 20s needs to hear that because it's like, yeah. I mean, past age 35, past age 30, that shouldn't even be a topic. Like, sir, if you don't, you know what I mean? Like, if you don't know about hygiene, we're not going to entertain this. I don't.
So we went through the list of
What
what
was
women
it?
want. Was you on here when I went through that list
I
of what?
heard something and then I faded out, but I did hear a little bit in the beginning, like stability, because yeah, you said stability, right?
Stability, and that doesn't necessarily mean money. And I was
Right.
letting people know that stability doesn't mean just money. Everybody says stability, and it's like, no, you need to know that he won't
That's my favorite one,
he
stability.
won't
That's
hurt
my
himself
favorite
in the house. If you can leave him alone in the house and he won't burn it down.
because it's like reliable. How reliable are you? Like stability, how reliable are you? And my favorite is honesty for me
Yeah, that was
because you
the
said
last one.
you had your little live where you were saying women couldn't handle
Can't handle
honesty. We
it.
can, but we can though.
No, the reason why is because you all cannot be 100% clear and
Let
direct.
me hear. Go ahead. Let
That's
me hear.
why you're not going to get 100% honesty. Women believe, like, I'm direct. I tell them exactly what I'm. No, you do not.
Yeah,
No, y'all don't. y'all might do 99%. Y'all do not do that. I'm
we
gonna tell
do.
you that right now. Women will say it and they'll believe it, and it's not true. Women do not speak directly. Y'all speak indirectly.
Okay.
Men
Can I?
speak directly. Y'all do not. Y'all speak. Y'all get mad if a man don't figure it out, and you got to tell them. Oh, women get frustrated with that. They can't stand that. They like, you don't know me by now. Women hate that. They will drop hints. They will do anything instead of telling you
Mm-mm.
100%. Look, Tracy said honesty is number one. Of course,
Honesty is number one.
but
Let
if you're not direct with somebody, I'm telling you, women would do this right here. They
Okay.
will come in the house and then they'll be like, I'm hungry, but I don't feel like cooking nothing. I don't really feel that good. I'm gonna just lay down. I want to cook some, but I'm hungry. And they'll repeat this over and over again. And they're not feeling well, but they're hungry, and but they don't feel like cooking anything because they're just too tired to cook. But they're hungry. You know what this means?
what?
You better cook them something to eat or go out and buy them something to eat. This is for
Well,
you
see.
to volunteer to do
Mm-mm.
this. Instead of saying, can you go to the store and get me something to eat? It's this whole performance. They will go through this whole performance. You know y'all do it. Y'all will go through this whole performance instead of just saying, I'm hungry. Can you go to the store and
All
get me
right. All right. All
I
right.
don't feel like cooking tonight. Y'all will
Okay.
go through this theatrical performance.
This is okay. 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 That's fair. No, that's fair. That's fair. But that shouldn't
Y'all know
be
y'all do this kind of stuff.
like all the time. Like I
No,
think,
it's not all the time, but I'm just
yeah.
saying, y'all use those. These are women are the kings of manipulation. These
No, no, no.
manipulational tactics to get the people to move. The men will move. They
I
do this. And they swear to God they are 100% direct. I mean,
we are.
that is not direct.
Okay, tell me when I could speak, and I'll
You go
chime in.
ahead. You got it.
I feel like the reason I feel like a lot of men are not direct is because, like, for example, if I dealt with a guy and he's like, up front, as soon as you meet him, he's like, this is what I'm into, this is what I like, and this is exactly what I'm into. So are you into that? Or could you, whatever it is, or he likes long walks in the park, or whatever it is. He tells you straight up he likes to keep multiple women, or he doesn't, or he's looking for a wife, he wants a baby, he doesn't. Straight up tells you off top. That's honesty, and it's giving you a choice. And to me, that is so attractive in a person just across the board, friendship, relationship, because now I have a choice to even share my life with you or my time with you. And I respect you for what you are. I don't have to find out like down the road you're something different. And I think that men are scared to do that up front because they think they're not going to have a chance with you. And like the men that I have dealt with that do it up front, they are just like the most solid people. And when you disconnect from them and move on, it's so clean and everyone's happy. Like because you already knew what it was. It's like most men are so afraid to just be like, I don't even know what I want right now. I just want to have fun. Like they won't sit, you know what I mean? And so that's the honesty. That's just the simplest form of honesty. And you really can say that. You literally, I mean, especially over the age of like 30. Come on, if you can't tell a woman over 30 that you just want to have fun, something casual, like she's the wrong chick. You know what I'm saying? I can understand a 20-year-old being scared to say that, but like over 30, like why are we playing games? Like let's just call it what it is and enjoy this time together.
Well, if you want to come up here, Latrice, there you go. I don't know if that was damn D or not. That might have been a real damn D.
Now, do you agree with that?
Well, if they're looking for something casual, but normally if you're saying a relationship, I'm thinking of something steady, but it depends on what the woman wants. But like we were saying, what sometimes you want isn't what you need. And people wants and needs is not the same. You might say, I want this, and this, and you might get a guy who might be entirely different, but he's perfect for what you need. And you weren't even looking for that, but it was exactly what you needed. And you didn't know you needed it because you're so focused on wants. And that's what a lot of people are. Men focus on what they want. Like I said, most men focus on the beauty first. And then they try to figure it out as they just go through the motions. They'll get so deep in a relationship and barely even know the person.
Right.
And by the time they do that, they've already like I might as well ride it out because I've been
Yeah,
here too long.
they're
And
in too
then
deep.
right, and then we was just talking about it. You go in with red flags that you never really address. You just say, "Oh well, we'll touch that subject if it comes back around." And then normally a woman to do the same thing. She will ignore signs, and they'll just keep like just going along with the motions. But these things be sticking points. Y'all can walk down the aisle, get married, everything. These things will pop up and come back around. And as men, we know if you don't tell us or if you let us do it and get away with it for so long, now it's years later and you complaining about it. It's like, well, you let us do it for 3 years in a row. Like now it's a problem, but she never liked it, but she didn't address the red flags. So now the red flags is an issue because women have this thing called assumptions, which is the biggest thing in the world for a relationship is the biggest sticking problem in every relationship.
Uh-oh.
Assumptions. Women assume that you're going to think exactly what they're thinking without them saying it.
No,
So they're going to
no,
assume. Yep. And they're
I
going to
object.
assume you're going, yes, you object. They're going to assume you know what to do in these situations. They're going to assume You were supposed to do that. I thought you were going to pick that up from the store. I thought you were going to see there was no milk in there. So naturally, we're low on milk. So you were going to the store. So I assumed that you were going to just grab some milk. But I guess I was wrong. So,
Okay.
yeah, women that have that thing, like, even if they let you go with the red flags, they'll be like, well, we married now. I thought, like, once we moved in this house and this and that you would change. Like, that would be done with. But they never address
Yeah.
those
But
things.
see, and these are minor little issues. So I think anybody over a certain age having issues about, you said you were going to go to the store, like
That's just an
drop them, drop
it
them off and leave them at the store
Yeah,
because
it could be bigger issues, but like
yeah.
that are red flags. But I'm just
Okay.
saying they never touch those, and they figure a change in environment, a change in this, but they never address those issues, and
I
they let it
know.
go on. And now they're annoyed by it. They assume that the person would just let it go without even addressing it. So now it's not been let go. So they're
Yeah.
upset that the person didn't do that, and they never really addressed the red flag in the first place. So whatever the
Okay.
red flag issue is, that ends up being a sticking point in a relationship that just keeps coming back around.
Can I speak?
Go ahead.
I'll say from a woman's standpoint, I think if a guy checks like most of your boxes, like 3 out of 5, and you're like past a certain age, it doesn't, everything else doesn't fucking matter. Like I wouldn't even bring it up. So, and that might be for men too. Like 3 out of 5, like you just rock with that. You're not going to get a perfect person. And so people are looking for like Jesus in their partnership. It's a partnership. It's not like baby Jesus coming to save you. You know what I mean? So I think if you just, if you live in reality and you just accept at least, oh, I got 3 out of 5, like, you know, or I got 4 out of 5, hopefully. If you're lucky, you're not going to get 5 out of 5. It's just not happening, right? Nobody's perfect. So if you get 4 out of 5, that's like, you hit the jackpot. But I think most people are going to get 3 out of 5 and just like rock with that. And because people are looking for like these like magical, mystical things. And I think a long lasting relationship, it has like a lot of ups and downs and things that there needs to be growth though on both ends. But it does have a lot of ups and downs. And like you have to keep getting to know each other over and over again. And but your foundation needs to be the same. So if they check those 3 boxes or whatever, you know, then you rock with that. People bail out because of the other 2 boxes. They're like, oh, he did, you know, something like we talked about. When you get angry and you do crazy things, I think it should be stop triggering your partner. Like, and what I mean by that is if I'm supposed to prepare your meals every Sunday and you want sea bass, rice, and vegetables every Sunday, right? And then you make me upset, I'm still gonna make your sea bass, rice, and vegetables, but we're gonna talk about what you did, but I'm still gonna make it. I'm still gonna make your food. So I feel like a lot of people will just like fry you chicken because they're like, fuck you, I'm frying you chicken today because I'm mad. You see what I'm saying? And I think that's where people go wrong. So there's that.
Well, I agree. But you seem to be more of a like the casual dating person. You seem like a casual dater more than I want a serious long-term relationship.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I mean, that was the vibe I got. But you're right. Not everybody's gonna check every box. So that's perfect with the title because that's what it is. What you want might not be what you need. Because sometimes people don't address what they want. I mean, what they need, they address what they want in a relationship. So when they get to what they want in a relationship, they never really notice or focus on the needs because sometimes the needs are very boring. You might need somebody to help you balance a checkbook. You might, nobody says that when they go out, like, oh, I wish he could
Right.
help me balance this book and help me, with my credit score. But it's not just like financial or anything. Like I told you, this lady, she worked with me and she ended up dating this guy, and it was like not the guy she thought. This is not the guy she would have selected ever. And it was the best thing that ever happened to her because she needed somebody. He was a very positive thinker, something she never had in her life. And her confidence level, he boosted her up. She started taking trips and doing stuff she would never do because she was always around. The guy she dated was all pessimistic, negative energy people.
Now say that
So
again. I see what you're saying.
right. So they were self-centered. It was all about them. So she dated somebody who was entirely different. This guy he could have been a motivational speaker. But he just was always like, you can do it. What's stopping you from doing it? Like he really was that kind of guy. And he was perfect for her. You know, they started taking trips and going places and doing stuff. Like they were going on hikes and, you know, he was just what she needed. You know, she needed that reinforcement. You know, she has a much better life now. They're married now. It's totally not the guy she would have selected. She was chasing this other guy at the job, and it was like, what in the world? I want Terry. You know, like
Not Terry.
yeah, Terry. Terry was something else. I tell you, it was like Terry didn't come home last night. Like, well, Terry don't never come home. He's there 3 days out of a week, and he told her, like, look, I might sleep with my cousins this night. You're going to cheat, Terry. I know it. It's like, well, why does she keep chasing Terry? Terry done slept with half the people at this job.
Not half the people. Oh, okay.
Man,
So yeah.
Terry, it wasn't a woman safe in there from Terry. She'll go to the bathroom and Terry be hitting on the
Ew.
on the
Ew.
interns.
That's like a man child. That's a man child.
Yeah, exactly. Terry was self-centered and she just was like on his waiting call to pull Terry. I felt bad for him, but she finally moved on from Terry after Terry just was like, I'm moving on. So he was a user, you know, like he just used people up.
Yeah, we know those.
Yep. So when he was like, I'm moving on, and he thought she wasn't going to find anybody, and she found the perfect person for her who didn't take her for granted, actually motivated her, and, you know, they have a great partnership.
Well, where are the other ladies? Nobody's chiming in?
They're in the chat. I don't know if Latrice is coming up here. I put the link in there. So if she wanted to come up, I thought I did. I put it in there again. Now, here's a key thing that they say women like to be chased in the relationship. I was telling people that even when you get the woman, she still wants to be pursued. And it's a cat and mouse game that women play. They love that. And once guys cannot get comfortable saying, okay, she's my girl, now I can kick my shoes off. Oh, I'm done. Woo, this was hard work. No. It did not work that way. A woman wants to be pursued.
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
Yes, a woman wants to be chased and pursued.
Yeah. I mean, you're supposed to, right?
Yeah, I mean, even when she's got you.
Yeah, it's worth it. I mean, because men aren't.
But if you chase something, that means she's running from you. It does not.
No.
It does not mean she's running from you. You ever been kids and you had to chase the girls and the girls chase you? She's not really running from you. She just likes to be chased. It's like the fun game they play. So it's like this all the way through adulthood. She likes to be pursued. Most girls call it wooed.
Men are hunters. Right? Men are hunters.
Yeah. So,
I mean, because if they're not chasing you, then what are you doing? You're just friends. You could be just friends.
No, I just know some people once they get in a relationship, they kind of shut things off. They don't do the little things that they used to do anymore. Especially if they've been in a relationship for a while. They be like, look, we've been in this a while. I don't know, man. I used to do that stuff. Like,
Or I hear the horror stories of all the new age social media. The men want to be chased now.
yeah, I
Like the
don't
men, yeah,
yeah.
it's like the reverse. Like they want to be chased and they think they're the prize. And I don't know. I don't know what that is.
Well, maybe I should try that now. I'm gonna
Yeah,
try.
I mean, they're both, we're both a prize, right? But obviously, men are hunters and women are nurturers. So why do you want one woman to hunt you? Like that's going to make her hard. Then she's going to be hard. She's not going to be able to be in her feminine energy. You're going to miss out on that softness, all of that where you're supposed to be getting. You're going to miss out on it because you're trying to like make women chase you. Like it's weird. It's like this weird thing going on now.
I have a very interesting question. Have you ever cheated in a relationship?
No, I have not. Never. I have
Okay.
had periods where I was separated, but it was stated very clearly. And in a relationship, I'm kind of like I let the man lead, because in work, I've always had to be like a leader, a boss at work. So in my relationships, I like to just like let it all go. Like let the man, like, I don't want to make decisions. I don't want to anything because I had to do that in work like all my life. So when I was separated, I mean, I don't call that cheating, but it was clearly a separation. But no, I've never cheated because I don't know why, but no, mm-mm. I could deal with, I've been cheated on and I've stayed before. And I don't think that's good. But I think if you are married, that's something you could work through. But I think for like just a boyfriend girlfriend situation when I was younger, like I got cheated on before and I stayed. That was super stupid, obviously. Like in your early 20s, you
Well,
know.
when you're young, you feel like sometimes when a woman gets cheated on, she feels like it's her fault. And the guy could make a woman feel like this happened because of you. And like you didn't do this, you ignored me. You did, and they put the guilt on you. So the fact that you'll be feel like, man, this is probably my fault.
Yeah.
So I don't want my man to run off and cheat again.
I think like what happened with me when I was younger, this was like in my early 20s, when I got cheated on, he just lied through the whole thing. So he never did it. You know what I mean? Like type of thing. Like it was never,
Right.
yeah, of course he just lied through the entire thing, but we were young. What I do believe in now, I think the older you get, if you want to stay married for like 20, 30, 40, 50 years, I think you need to have like chapters and work on a partnership. You need to like view life as chapters and work on a partnership more so than like just feeling like you own the person. Because I think that's where everybody fucks up. Like they think we're married, I own this person until I'm 90, and then you get surprised if like your man makes a mistake. Like, come on, you expect somebody like it's 70 years. Like, what do you expect? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I want to be with my man for 70 years. So we gotta make some arrangements here.
Right.
I don't think you should cheat, but something needs to be discussed or worked out. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I feel like somebody cheats when they feel like they just have no respect for the relationship anymore. I
Right,
I
right.
really just think there's no respect.
Yeah. I don't condone cheating. I don't like it.
I mean, it's a waste of time. Like
Hmm.
to me, it's a waste of time because you're going back home with the person you just cheated on. If you're so unhappy with the situation, explain to the other person why you might want to go out and cheat. If you don't have that kind of willpower, and
Right.
sometimes other women on the outside, they see something that they want. Like this person's married, they got that. Like it's a lot of single women out there that are vicious and they're attracted to married men. And you
Right.
gotta be the one to say, hey, because it was like when I'm single, it was like, man, nobody was calling. The moment I start dating somebody, I don't know how this happened. They know that's when, oh, all of a sudden I'm desirable.
Right.
Like, when did this happen?
Right, because you got a chick on your arm. Yeah.
Right. It's something about the game of, can I get his attention? Or look, he's looking at me and he with her. Look, she's mad. He's checking me out. They love,
Yeah.
the women love that inner combat, and they will try to take and ruin a relationship and anything. But I'm like, you would risk that instead
Yeah.
of, you got to go back home or
Hmm.
be with who you with.
Yeah.
So
That's
it's
why
like,
honesty, see, that's why honesty is like the most important thing.
well, yeah, honesty is, but then what you could lose in that honesty is gonna probably crush you, because it all depends on the
You
person
got to
you
do
with.
it right. You got to do it a certain way.
Some people don't want to be honest with the person because they feel the person they dating can't handle it. If they're honest, they can't handle my honesty. If I'm honest with them, they're gonna lash out. They're not
Well,
gonna
let
be
me
receptive.
let me know when I can talk. So, you know how many people there are in the world. So if you sit there and stay with a woman or a man that can't understand like your needs, because it's not even about like temptation. Like, it's like really living in reality. If you want to be with somebody for 60, 70 years, how can you that like reality, especially in today's time? Like, how can you expect them not to, or you might need to have some fun, spice up the bedroom, like do something, because you can't expect them to be baby Jesus the entire time for like 80 years. So it's like, if a woman, she's delusional, then you're delusional if you think that, like, you know what I'm saying, if nothing's going to happen. And so I think it's better if you can tell each other, or maybe if you're not married but it's like a long-term girlfriend boyfriend situation, maybe you have like chapters where you're with them, like, I'm with you this year, next year we're going to take a break, but we know we're like life partners. Like, it's different scenarios. You don't have to like own a person. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can
Well, yeah,
do,
it's not about
yeah.
owning. It's not about owning a person. It's like you guys
Okay.
are a team. It's like you
Yeah.
guys are a business.
Yeah.
You
That's how I view it. That's how I
right,
view it. Yep.
right. You guys are partners in a business. So what you do affects me, and what I do affects you. So
Hmm.
when I step outside, I represent you. When you
Right.
step outside, you represent me.
Right.
So if I don't look good, you don't look good. It's one
Facts.
of those situations. So
Facts.
right. So it has to go with that level of respect for each other.
So
And
that's what you,
yeah, if one person breaks that, let's say one of the partners break that line of respect, there has to be a conversation there. And if you do move forward, that means what happened. And if you forgave and you guys are going to move forward, you can't bring that back up. That's done.
mm,
See,
mm-hmm,
see,
mm.
the thing is that some people, the person that says, "Okay, I forgive you. We're moving forward." Now, unless it happens again, but if it moves forward and you forgave the person for it, you can't keep just throwing it back in their face every time you're upset about something else. Throwing that back in their face. If you can't, then that means
I
you didn't.
agree. I agree.
That's not going to be progressively helpful moving forward. So all you're doing is like, why am I here? If all you're going to do is keep throwing this in my face, then you didn't forgive me. Either you forgive me or you don't. You're going to push the person that did make the mistake into saying, you know what? I'm not here to be badgered every time you get drunk or you you get mad and you
Yeah.
want to bring this up. Then tomorrow you're gonna be, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have did that. You right. Let's move forward. It's like, I'm not gonna be your whipping person. Yes, I made a mistake years ago. I didn't make no mistake again. We gotta move forward. Now, if you
Wait,
gave
wait,
me,
wait. Somebody said in your fake hood stories, you cheated all the time. Somebody said in the chat. What's that?
what? Oh, that's probably a troll.
Okay. You're not a cheater. You don't cheat.
No, I don't.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
black men don't
I
cheat,
knew it.
though.
That's a
Black men
troll.
don't cheat, right? Yeah. Black men don't cheat. We know that.
No, yeah, well, no, I just don't cheat because I don't want to do it. It's just like, no.
It's too much chaos.
no, it's too much work for me. I'm like, look, I don't have time to be trying to hide one girl from another girl.
Right.
I'm too busy for that.
Right.
I'll be completely
Yeah.
honest. I'll be like, look, I'm talking to her right now. I don't know where this
Yeah.
is going to go. So I don't think me and you going to make. I would be so blatantly honest. I'm too honest.
Yeah.
That's my problem. I would just be telling her. They'd be like, I don't need to know all this.
Yeah.
Just tell me you don't need to speak to me.
Yeah. So if everyone knows it's not cheating. I mean, I grew up around my dad and my uncles were like players, and I saw how they did it. And I mean, if you do it the right way, then it's fine. But if you're lying to everyone, that's chaotic and it's negative and it just leads down the bad road. And like you said, the women are going to keep bringing it up over and over. And there's probably going to be like some immature women mixed in there. It's going to be chaos. So I do think like it's an upfront thing, or just be monogamous.
Well, that's the thing. Some people, it depends on what they do now. Like the casual dating scene, like the line, like they so many gray lines now. It's no more like, oh, we're a couple. I've seen people that's couples that have open like relationships. Like she's like, oh no, we have this thing like
Mm-hmm.
he gets a pass for the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
He gets a weekend off to just get crazy. It's just that I have to know who he's getting crazy with. I gotta prove it. And he can go and get crazy just for a weekend. That keeps the marriage fresh. I'm like, it does? I'm like, that to me, that doesn't sound like a marriage. I'm just old fashioned. I'm old
Okay.
fashioned. Everybody got their own way they do things in their marriage, relationship. I'm just old fashioned. If you my girl, I don't want to share you with anybody.
Right.
I don't want to
And
have
I mean, that's why there's like 7 billion people in the world. You got to find a good fit.
right. I'm not finna share you with nobody in the world. I don't want to I don't need a threesome to spice things up. I don't want to share my girl with anybody. Like whatever. Just it's so much
Okay.
craziness now.
Right.
My
Yeah.
girl is my girl.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So I'll be like, that's mine. My girl, that's it. That'll be her and that's it. Not sharing her with people. Yeah, I mean they'll do that. Like it's her birthday, we can give you a special wish. You get to have a threesome. Like it's just
Oh,
nuts.
men ask for that, right? Or what? You
Sometimes,
you see that all over social
women
media
ask
now.
for it.
Oh, women.
Yeah, I've
I
been
mean,
asked. I've been asked to sleep with somebody's wife. We just had this conversation. Me and my buddy just had this conversation. Like, yo, just the other day, just brought it up.
well, no, yeah, I mean, it depends on what you're into. So that's like a whole different topic. That's like a whole different topic, though. But that, I mean,
He just brought that up. Oh, I think she finally figured it out how to get up here.
oh, nice.
Hey,
Yeah.
Tracy.
Can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you clear as day. So yeah, you can
Okay.
chime in
I
on
missed everything y'all was saying.
this. Yeah, but it's definitely crazy. Like I told them, I'm like now it's so much gray area with relationships. Now, like they was like, you could sleep with y'all let you off so you could sleep with a girl. We could have a threesome now. I'm like, it didn't got so crazy out here. I'm like, I'm old school. I don't want my woman with nobody but me, and that's it.
That's why honesty is the number one thing up front.
Well, yeah, upfront honesty, definitely. But if the person can't take it or be honest back, honesty only works if you can be direct. If you're gonna be an indirect person, they're gonna think you're not honest.
But I feel like
But you
you
got
guys like
go ahead. Go ahead.
I feel like you guys are delusional saying women can't take it. How do you know if you don't do it?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Cause I feel like, okay, for instance, because I grew up around my boy cousins and they taught me a lot. I seen a lot with them. So this is why I am who I am. First of all, if you're gonna be with a woman and you want to be with other women, you need to say that up front. Like, hey, look, I don't want no main girl. I'm just out here having fun. But a lot of men don't do that. And it is a lot of women out here that will be okay with that. Like, okay, you can go ahead and fool around whoever you want to fool around with, because I'm gonna fool around with whoever I want to fool around with. But you got men that want to still like, oh, if I tell her the truth, then she's not gonna want to be with me. And then that's when the lie come in. You guys lie to try to get that woman instead of just being straightforward. Because when I met my husband at the time, I let him know up front, look, you can either be my booty call or you can be my man. Whichever one. If you're gonna be my booty call, you can be whatever woman you want to be with, but just know when you come to me, your other women need to keep on stepping, moving around, or whatever. And we're gonna always use protection. But if you're gonna be my man, then you my man. Nobody else. So I was always straightforward. I have never lied, have never cheated, had no reason to, because I done seen how my cousins did things, my boy cousins, how they did things. So I learned from them.
Well, that's an incredible way. I'm too old school for that. I'll be like, well, there's no way in the world I'm going to sit there and say, well, if I'm going to be your booty call, let me know. I'm like, wow. I'm like, what a
I'd
lineup.
rather have it. I'd rather have it all laid out on the table for you to pick what you want to do. Because in the end, if you're gonna cheat, you're gonna cheat. But I done gave you them playing cards to let you know, okay, you can do this, but you can't have no strings attached to me if we're gonna do the booty call thing. Because I at that time I was okay with that. Like,
Oh, man.
cool, look, no strings attached. That's fine. And see, y'all men keep thinking women is hard to we have feelings. We do to a certain point.
Wow, you was casual dating like
Well, no, not like
Fair Huxtable over here, okay? Y'all some casual, like go on and do what y'all want to do. I'm
out of
like,
all look. Let me set it straight, cause Tracy, I only had 5 men out of my whole life, and I let them know on the table. This is what it is. I'm giving you a point. I'm giving you a chance to pick what you want. Booty call or man. Cause either way, I'm gonna be okay. So my husband being my man, and I was faithful to him. Never cheated on him.
okay. They said stop the cap. I don't think she capping.
I ain't capping.
Oh my goodness. I would never ever agree to doing anything. If a woman told me that, like if I'm gonna be a booty call, let me know. I'd have been out the door. I'd be like, you okay with you being a booty call? I'll be like, oh, I done made a mistake here.
No, it ain't. See, you thinking the wrong way. You thinking the wrong way, because there's women out here that you probably done already been with was okay with a booty call, and they was doing their own thing behind your back. You would rather
That's
have
true.
a woman that actually tell you the truth in your face, or a woman that's
That's
gonna
what
lie
you're,
behind your back.
yeah.
Well,
So
Right.
that's the
I would
I'd
part that
rather
prefer
tell
you're,
she
you in your
told me the
face.
truth. I would
And
prefer
see,
she
you
told me
looking
the
at
truth.
it as
no,
you just labeled it as I was being wrong by putting it straight forward to you. I was a hoe
No,
or
I'm
something, and
saying
I
no. I
have
ain't
not.
saying you
No,
wrong.
no, 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 no.
I'm
I'm just
saying
saying. I'm just saying.
I would have been thank you for this honesty because I'm knowing right now I'm out the door. So, but the thing
But
is if the girl
but
would have
why
lied
would you be out the
and
door?
I'd have found out down the road when she cheated, you're right.
No,
She
but
should
if
have.
she's setting it out, look. If she's setting it out for you, she's giving you a chance to pick which one you want. Which one
It's
you gonna think she- so,
I'm just was not looking to hear the booty call as an option. For her to come out and say, look, I'll be
that's
the
why
booty
I'm not
call.
understanding why
What you want. I'm like, oh wow. Yeah. No, I'd have been like, you okay with that?
It's not being okay with it. It's being truthful. Because you already, just like you just said, men, it's easy for men to sleep with different women and not have attachments to it. You just labeled yourself of being unattached to a woman or having sex. We also have feelings. So I can be with somebody and have no feelings. I'm like, okay, well, shoot, I ain't had sex in a year. I just want to get a little hit from this person and he could be on his way because I don't want nothing else from him. I just want his sex. That's it.
Oh my God.
And there's women out there that's like
vicious.
that.
Y'all are vicious, man.
No, it ain't vicious. It's truthful.
Oh
it's
my
women
God.
out here. I have in his face. I don't want nothing but your sex. That's it. That's all you are for me. And move on and be with a man that she like. See, you think women.
See, me, I had to like a girl to be with them. That's me. I've always been I gotta like them. Like
and it's a lot of men out
do the empty sex thing.
Have to like a woman to sleep with her.
I gotta like,
because my boy cousins, that's how my boy cousins were. They would just have sex with girls just because they want to have sex with them. They like them or nothing.
Have a connection, because there's been some really, really pretty, beautiful girls that I just can't stand them. So I'll be like, I ain't sleeping with her. I'm like, I can't stand her. Her attitude just get on my nerve. So I don't care what she like. I'm gonna show her. Mm-hmm. So my whole thing is I gotta like them. You know, I gotta vibe with them. I can't. To me, it just don't work.
Yeah, I think a connection is important. I can't do like casual like that. It has to be like a spiritual or some type of something. Like it has to be a connection for me. But I think honesty though is still like important in that. It needs to be a connection though. It can't be like super casual. I just don't rock with that. But I don't judge it though. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I ain't offended over that.
Yeah, it is what it is. Like, I don't judge anything, but I have to have a connection, but I also can handle the truth because I really do live in reality. And most people feel like they live in reality, but they're all lying to each other. Like, everyone's lying to each other, but they're like, no, everyone else is like, it's like most people are delusional and like liars. They can't stand on business or whatever. They can't do it. And it's like, I prefer men that can do that. And then we usually, those are the people that I usually cling to the longest. Like it works out for real and it's not a lot of chaos. You know what I mean? Because people with that constantly lie and manipulate the situation. Because you can do a little banter back and forth for whatever your foreplay is with your man, but all that like toxic shit, like that's for little kids, you know? And so I think like honesty up front, and we have a little fun in between, but that honesty up front gives you a choice. And choices are like beautiful. If you have choices, you're probably going to really choose what the man. It's even more attractive. It's like more attractive when a man tells you the truth. Like honestly, for real.
It is. Okay. And we are able to.
Well, here's the question for both of y'all.
Okay, go ahead.
Can y'all trust y'all man with y'all phone and vice versa? Could y'all swap phones with each other?
1000%. Yep.
Yes.
Wow.
He can even text back. He could take the whole thing. Yep. 24 hours.
Vice versa. Would your man give you his phone and you give him yours?
Yes.
Yep.
Wow.
Well, I don't know about his new phone, but his old phone, yeah.
What did I miss? I don't know what happened.
Because I'm separated right now.
Oh my God. Not his new phone. Oh my goodness.
Latrice is wild. Latrice is wild. She's lit. Okay.
I'm just
Oh,
honest, and I'm being honest because I out of my whole life, I'm 40-some years old. I only been with 5 men, and one
Okay.
man,
Yeah.
which is my 27 years.
Oh wow. Well, she has a lot of
Mm-hmm.
wisdom.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I still believe. Then can I ask you, Latrice, why don't you believe in connections? Why do you think? How can you
No, no,
sleep with
no.
someone with?
I never said
Okay.
I didn't believe in connections. I put my cards on the table for him
Okay.
and asked him to pick which one he wanted. Because at the end of the day, most men is going to cheat on you no matter what.
Yeah. Right.
If you be faithful or not and do everything that a woman's supposed to do as a wife, a girlfriend, or whatever, and that man could still turn around and cheat on you, and you gonna look at yourself and say, well, what did I do wrong for
And
him
that's
to do that to
exactly what
me?
I said. A
Right.
woman will start blaming themselves.
Yep. And I prefer a connection, but I can disconnect real easily.
Okay. Okay. I feel you. I feel you.
Right. And now I'm left to deal with all the broken women in the world.
Is that well because what you're over 40 and you're like not married or never been married? Have you been married?
Who, me or Kevin?
No, you, Carcino.
Me? No,
Oh,
Carcino.
me married? Oh, no,
I'm
no, no,
married
no,
now, but I'm
no.
separated.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, me? No, no, no marriage.
So you listen to that.
Well, okay.
I had one I thought was ready, and I was like, man, this should probably work. And I'm so glad I didn't. That's probably the smartest decision ever made.
What you get me?
My goodness. I was like, now getting married now, that's too much of a risk.
What?
Oh my God. I would have to have 50,000 lawyers in the room.
Well, do that. Then do that then. But you still should get a partner. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, getting a partner is not a problem. It's going through the whole marriage process. That's
Yeah.
a
But see,
lot of financial
your
weight.
marriage might not be like everybody marriage.
Yeah, that's true.
So you
But
can't go off of what you see around you and think that's how your marriage gonna be. Cause then you have to be the man that you say you gonna be to make sure that your marriage work out or try your best to make your marriage work out. So don't look at what other people marriages were. Cause if I looked at my family marriage, I would think my husband and all that extra stuff.
oh no, I'm not looking at everybody else's. I'm just looking at the marriage and what it would mean for me. You know, that's a whole change. Plus, I know I would do well in the marriage. I'm not somebody that wouldn't like. I ain't gonna forget anniversaries, birthday. That part is the easy part for me. That's not a problem with me because I like to be right. So I don't want to be. It can't be my fault, right? I'll be like, look, it ain't gonna be my fault. I'm gonna do my part. So I was like, I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z. I'm gonna do the extra stuff. I've always been attentive, so that's not something that's gonna go absent with me. The whole thing I have to deal with now is all my financials, the businesses, and the investments, all this stuff. I gotta have all this stuff protected. So I have to make sure that the person I select is the right person. So
So
it's
would you
not
get
based
a
on
prenup?
anybody else's marriage. This is based on the person I select.
So would you get a prenup?
That's not even a question. It's not even gonna be a prenup. It's gonna be a ironclad, it's gonna be a maxi ironclad financial agreement. Not even a prenup. That's gonna be years before a marriage even take place. We're gonna already have that together.
Wow.
Oh yeah, that's gonna have to go down that way. It's gonna be lawyers. Like I tell you, I'm gonna have like 50 lawyers in there. We gonna make sure that ain't gonna be no wiggle room. Ain't no wiggle room for me to get ripped off. They're gonna be
Dang.
like, that takes the love out of it. I'll be, no, it don't make me sleep better at night. Because a woman will find a loophole. And next thing you know, be like, it's a freak accident. He fell down the stairs and fell on 3 knives. So it was an accidental death. And I think in the clause it says if there's an accidental death within the first 30 days, they will find that loophole. They be like, don't you want to go plane, jump out of a plane? Let's do something different. Next thing you know, be like, he jumped out of a plane. That violates his agreement. That's you signed right here. So this boy
What did I miss? I was gone. What?
like,
People are jumping out of
the
planes.
whole thing. He jumped out of a plane.
Kevin, she got a question.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I just said, what did I miss? That was gone. People are jumping out of planes now. Oh, what did I miss?
Oh, we going on.
I asked him, what about him being married? Why, what he want to do if he got married?
You're not getting
And he
married,
would-
so that's the end of that. You can tell. Right?
Well, we don't know.
Okay.
We don't know.
Yeah.
Might happen one day when I find somebody in the right state of mind.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
Exactly.
Because first of all, whoever you get gotta make sure she don't mind being wrong.
She don't mind being wrong. Well,
Yeah, because you said you don't want to be wrong and you can't be wrong.
well, it's not that I can't be wrong. I'm just gonna make sure I'm not wrong.
See?
Oh God, not that. What?
Right. Thank you.
I'm not saying I can't be wrong on something, but I'm saying I'm gonna do my part so I don't be wrong. It's like I'm wrong in the sense of doing wrong.
Okay.
That's what I mean by wrong. So it'd be like it wasn't my fault. Like he was out all night with these women and all this like that. You're right. I'm not going to put myself in that position because then I can't argue that. I'll be like, yeah, I messed it up. Then that make me look bad. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm not supposed to be the
now
one
that's good. Now that's good. That's good.
Right. So I gotta be right. I gotta be in the right all the time. So that's hard work for me.
Oh my goodness.
Now the person I'm with, I'm more concerned about them. They gotta be in the right.
Mm-hmm.
Concern for what? Like, what do you mean?
Like where they are mentally in the situation, in the relationship. Because they gotta be in it with you. You know, it's gotta be giving. I can't do no more giving 80% in these relationships no more. I was like, look, I can't do that. This y'all draining all my energy. I'm like, I'm doing all this work and I used to have to drive all the way to 35th Street in Chicago from where I live right now. That's a long drive. It's a long drive. Oh my God. Then I was like, man, it's crazy because I met them out here and then they ended up living way in the city. They were coming out here for work and it was crazy. And I was like, no more. And that's the one I went on to. At New Year's, we had that miscommunication for some reason. She thought like this was like the new beginning. We were getting back together. And I was like, no, this was your last night out.
Was it this New Year's?
No, not this New Year. We went out I took her out for New Year's at the last minute, like the ball is gonna drop. We be going to Navy Pier, and we go out and had this New Year's. It was a great. She thought this was gonna be the start. Like we're starting fresh for this new year, and this was a wonderful night, wonderful way to start the new year. And I'm like, that's what you thought? I was like, she was like shocked. I didn't call her back or nothing. I'm like, no, that was it. That was the last time you was gonna see or hear me. It was over. I was like, oh, we was on 2 different wavelengths. I don't know if I'm like, man, I feel bad. I thought she knew this was like we hadn't talked for like months. We were totally not
So
mad.
why'd you take her on New Year's?
I took it because it was the last second. I wasn't even supposed to go there. My buddy was bringing his girl. He was like, hey, man, let's just go out to the Navy Pier. Because he was taking his girl. And I was like, all right, that's right where she lives. She's right on 35th Street. So I'm like, oh, well, you right there. And I called and asked. I was like, hey, you right? You want to go? And right around. She was at home, ready to go. She got
That's
dressed.
because she thought she was getting it back together with you. You should have made that clear right when you came to pick up, or just didn't ask her.
I don't know why she thought that. I really don't. I'm just like, man, it was a great time, a great like hanging out, and after that, took her home, and all of a sudden, I'm starting getting all these text messages and like, what love is, and love is this, and love is that. I'm like,
I'm dead. I'm dead. No. First of all, wait, no, 1 second, because you took somebody out on New Year's Eve and you thought it wasn't going to be like insinuating new beginnings with her.
no, I thought this was the end.
You didn't relay that message?
The last goodwill gesture I should be able to do.
That's wild. That's wild. And you have really good communication skills from what I've experienced.
Yeah,
So
I thought
that doesn't seem like it though.
I thought this was clear. So I was confused when I was getting the message.
Because you're a pretty straight up guy. Like it is what it is with you. So, but it doesn't seem like you did that with her.
I thought we was in complete agreement that this was like completely done from a romantic standpoint. That part was done.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, we would. Well, her thing, see, this is what the problem is. She was going through a thing of steps where I wasn't even privy to. She was reading some book of how to get your man in.
Oh no, absolutely not.
Right.
Absolutely
So
not.
This is what caused the problem.
Nope.
Okay.
That's that delusion stuff. That's that delusion stuff I was talking about that these women are doing.
She was trying to run this thing on me, and when I wasn't going to the script, like she was like, that was date one, and then this was date. I'm like, I met you at Whole Foods that day. That's not a date. I was like, I met you at Whole Foods. That was date one. That was counted as a date. What are you talking about? Like, it was nuts. So it went from date one, date two, date three, date four. It was like, I'm like, she had like this whole thing down, but she done went through this whole breakdown of what she wanted to do. It was nuts. I'm like,
are y'all going through that? Is that what men go through?
Well, it depends on who you're dealing with. And with her, she was like, it was like how to get your man to give you the ring. Like at the end of this, I was supposed to have a ring and say, here we are, we get married. That's what this book and all.
You know how funny that is?
And I wasn't going with the script. And so she got frustrated. So it led to a whole big, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, oh, I can't do this.
Yeah, that's doing too much.
We were in clear understanding that this was not gonna work. So the New Year's thing was just like, hey, let's just go, because we were friends first before she, went to crazy town. So I was just like, all right, well, let's, you get one night out, hang out. It was great. And I don't know what made her think this was going to reset, but she told herself that in her mind that this was us going back down this road again. I'm just like, nah, I'm not going back to another book. No.
Well, now let me ask you this before I go. Yeah. In the beginning, you talked about like protection, right? And we had talked about that before, but I've heard you say that you think some women, they shouldn't want protection, like men shouldn't be your bodyguard. I mean, protection means a lot of different
No,
things, but
I
what
didn't
does it mean? What does it mean to you? Just tell, ask, answer that.
protection is it's like in different forms. Depends on what type of protection she needs. She might need emotional protection. She might need,
Okay.
yeah, she might need physical protection. Not everybody needs a bodyguard, but I'm just saying she might. The women like to feel safe. That's what I
Yeah.
was going to say.
Yeah.
They feel safe when they're around their partner. They're supposed to feel
Mhm.
that safeness. That's why they like them there. You know,
Yeah.
the way.
Yeah.
And if a woman with a guy and she don't feel safe, like even when she goes out with them, she just don't feel safe. They feel uncomfortable with that.
Or even like you said, the
Mhm.
emotional protection.
Exactly.
I think
Mhm.
a lot, that's where the ball gets dropped a lot. I think, in
Mhm.
my humble opinion, in my sweet humble opinion, I think the ball gets dropped there a lot. And then the guys
I
don't
agree.
know that because the emotional intelligence is not there. And you could have the sweetest guy. He could be like, a gangster in the street, but he could be like really sweet to you, but they don't know how to like, they have no emotional intelligence. It's just like, in like 15, they act like 15-year-olds when it comes to that. And
Yeah, I
then
agree.
that's what I see a lot of, and a lot of my girlfriends go through that. And so then they're trying to bring them up to speed, and then everybody just gets lost in the sauce. Because you could buy somebody everything, bags, flowers, whatever, but if you're not
Mhm.
protecting them emotionally, because women, we're fragile. We try to like pop off, but we're fragile, right? Let's just call it what it is. So
Mhm.
at the end of the day, like, we're not you. Like, we can't square up with you emotionally or physically. And it's like, if the man can't like understand that, yeah, we might talk our shit, but it doesn't mean anything. I mean, unless a woman pulls up trying to fight you, I mean, you need to excuse her, right? That's done, right?
Oh my
But
God.
like, I mean, someone just yelling and screaming, cussing you out, that's not like, girl, just sit down. You just tell them sit down and we can talk about this later or whatever. But overall, I think like that emotional protection, like that's a big thing. I think that if you have that, it could sustain your relationship longer. That's just my humble opinion. So there's that. But I gotta go. We've been on here forever. I
Okay, I
just said
got
I
one
was gonna.
question. I got one question for you before you leave.
Okay.
Have you ever asked, both of y'all, have y'all ever asked to see y'all man's phone?
To see their
Uh,
phone.
Yep, to go through his phone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, this goes into the
no, no. Maybe in my early 20s, but like at this age, I don't do that. That's why I kind of would get upset if you don't tell me the truth because I don't pry. I'm not a prior.
right.
What I am is I don't go looking. But when I find out, it kind of, you might turn on a crazy switch, like, because now it's like you could have just told me. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I don't go looking. I'm not a. I'm not gonna check it out. I'm kind of aloof in my own world anyway. So
Right.
I
Mhm.
would say like 50 things going on. I kind of enjoy my day to day. But if it comes to me and someone constantly brings it to me, like, hey, this is what this your guy's doing or whatever, I might, yeah, then I'm gonna flip out. But I'm not gonna
Right.
ask.
Yeah, not just to be asking, but
Yeah,
if it's a
that's
reason,
wild.
yes, I am gonna ask to see your phone in front of you and do it in front of you.
But I'm not gonna ask to even see your phone. I'm just gonna ask you,
Right.
is there
I would
something you
never
want
ask.
to tell me? Yeah, is there something you want to tell me? That's how I approach
Mm-mm.
things.
I
You
never.
what
No.
I don't even need to see it. That's what
right,
I'm
right.
like. You're not gonna get my phone. I'm not giving you my phone. Either you turn to me.
No. I need to see. I need to see because
Really?
yes, I have to see.
Well, then that's
Yes, I will
not
have
trust.
to see.
Then that's not
Huh?
trust. How's
That's
that?
not
Mm.
what?
You need to see the phone.
What you mean it's not trust?
That's not
I wouldn't
trust.
have to ask you. No, I wouldn't have to ask you for your phone if you wasn't doing anything.
Well,
That's not trust. That if I have to ask you to see your phone, that means you wasn't doing what you supposed to do as a man or as my husband for me not to have to ask you for the phone. Other than that, I don't care about what's on your phone and who you're talking about. But when it comes to
Okay.
the point where I know you're cheating or I feel you cheating or you doing things out of your pattern, then I'm like, okay, something's going on. And then if I asked you what's going on, and you tell me nothing, and then down the line stuff still is happening, still going on that looks different, and then I'm starting to hear stuff about it, or I'm starting to see stuff about it, then I'm like, you know what, we need to have to sit down, I need to go through your phone in front of you.
See,
And
that's
that's
not my
it.
style. That's not my style.
That's mine.
My style is more like I'm just gonna ask you, but I don't want to see it. I can't see it, but I am gonna ask, or I might not ask. I might just tell you this is what the fuck it is. Like I know it's this. You know what I mean?
Right,
I'm gonna
right. I'm gonna say
I'm
that
gonna
too. I'm gonna say
yeah,
that too.
that because it takes me a minute to get there because I'm like the
Hmm.
sweetest pie on the show. But if I'll be like, nope, this is what it is. So that's what. Are you gonna fix it? I'll be like that. Are you gonna fix it? What are you gonna do?
Right.
What's the role? Is that what you want? Like, okay, but I don't want to see the phone. I'm cool. I don't want to see the phone. I don't want to see any interactions. I don't want to see. I'm not pulling. I don't want to see you at the restaurant. Like, I'm not doing that.
Right. I wouldn't need it.
Hmm.
My thing is if
I
you
can't
gotta
do
go
that.
through
That's
all
that's
that,
too much for me.
right.
Yeah.
I'm like, if you gotta go through all the hiding and dipping and ducking and all that to get on the phone, like I
And that's what I'm saying.
in the last video, when I said when she came back and she was acting different, she was just the whole time she just like she had like no on the frequency, she just on the phone
Mm.
and I was like, I recorded her on her phone, like, we finna have it right. So I just, you know what, like for 10 seconds, her on that phone, and I was like, yep, we finna have this conversation later. I just know it. Cause this whole thing gonna come up and she gonna deny it, and I'm be like, no, I wasn't like that. I'm like, yes, you was here. Look, I got you right here. Look, that was you all night on the phone,
Yeah.
on the whole time. We just ate our food basically, and it was like eating with a total stranger. I'm just like, no, I
Oh
can't.
wow. Yeah. No, I wouldn't ask for. I can't go through
Right,
phones.
I, was like, I didn't even
I'd
need the
probably have a
phone.
heart attack. I'd probably have a heart attack. Even though I can handle it, I don't want to see it. It's more like I just know. I know you're on bullshit. So clean
Hmm.
it up. Clean it up. Figure it out, and then collect yourself, and let's figure out what we're gonna do or not. But I can't be like
Hmm.
seeing. I don't want to see the text. I don't want to see. I don't want to see it.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Well, I want to thank all y'all for coming up. This has been a great conversation. Hopefully, we saved some people out there.
Right. Yay.
And I've learned a lot today that there's some women out there that give you the option from a withdrawal in a relationship.
Well, we learned. No, we learned Latrice is lit. Hey, Latrice is lit.
Man,
Period.
nah,
Latrice
I'm
is
lit,
standing
but
on
I
business.
learned. But
Latrice is
look,
standing on
look, look.
business.
But see, that too, and I learned a lot from my boy cousins because my boy cousins
Um.
raised basically the ladies in our family, and we're like that. And Skippy, whoever you are, I don't have trust issues. I'm just real, and I'm not finna let nobody get over on me.
Oh,
But
did he say you
anywho,
had trust issues?
yeah, yeah, but
Oh,
I don't. Like I told you before, I can disconnect. So
yeah,
grew up around men and how they
yeah.
played women. So I seen all, and they taught us, my family, how
Oh, is that her connection? I could barely hear her. Can you?
Yeah, I think it's breaking up.
Okay.
oh,
Well, I was.
I
I
said
I
I
just
had
stopped by to.
Okay, there it
I,
is.
I said I had a cousin that was married, and he had his friend bring his girlfriend, my cousin girlfriend, over to his house while his wife was cooking dinner for his friend.
Yeah, I can't really hear her.
You can't.
Yeah, I heard cooking dinner for the friend, and then it broke up.
Oh man, can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Can you hear me? Okay,
Yeah.
I said my cousin, he was married and he had his friend and his side chick come over to him and his wife's house, and the wife was cooking for all of them, and she thought that the girl was his friend girlfriend, but the whole time it was my cousin's side chick. And my cousin wife was cooking and kicking it with the girl and all this, and the whole time it was his side chick. So I grew up seeing all of that. So yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that in another sense too, where the guy was taking care of he thought that the guy was her cousin, and he was speaking Spanish. I'm like, he's a white guy, and she was Latina, and she thought that was the cousin, the Latin guy, but it was the guy she was sleeping with. He just speaks only Spanish. She was like, he speaks only Spanish. He speaks English too, but she just said that so they could talk in Spanish around him. And he's just saying all kind of crazy stuff about the guy, and the guy just giving him beers and everything, and got him like, you want to sleep on the couch? You can stay here. He was, oh, thank you. And they just,
Right.
he going to work in the morning, and they just tearing the house up, sleeping with each other. Oh, like, this is crazy. Inside the house. I'm like, y'all can't even go out and get a hotel room. I was like, eventually they got caught, but it's just like the disrespect levels is just, that's just
Hmm.
crazy. Inside the home they lived in. That's, yeah.
Yeah.
That's so sad. Moral of the
Mhm.
story, be honest, be faithful, and be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
all.
So I just stopped by because I was like, I'm going to be gone for a few months. So I just wanted to stop by today,
Well,
say
thank you for
hi.
coming by. Thank
Yeah.
you. And that's a cute thumbnail too.
Oh, you can see it?
Yeah, is that really you in
Hmm.
the thumbnail?
Oh, you can see it? I don't know how this works. That's
I
Oh,
don't think
my
she
yeah.
heard you.
email.
That's a nice outfit and everything. Did you
Of
design
course,
that?
that's me. Yeah, that jacket is from my line.
Did
Yeah,
you design that?
that jacket is from my line. Yeah.
Oh, got your own clothing line. Go ahead.
Oh, I do. Yep, but we're not going to get into that.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm like,
Because
when you ready to promote it, you can come back.
I don't want to get you in trouble. I don't want to
Oh, I
start
won't
up
get in
no.
trouble.
We're not even going to start up no. I didn't know you could.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't know you could see my picture. You can see it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. Yeah. That's my picture. You've seen. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen you before. I just never saw that picture.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I just want to stop by because I'm be gone. So don't be tripping out because I'm gone. You're my
Well,
bestie.
we
You're
gonna
my
miss
bestie, but yeah.
you. We gonna miss you.
Okay. All right. All
All
right. You
right.
take care.
All
Okay.
right. See
Bye.
y'all. All
All
right.
right.
All right. Thanks, Trees, for coming up. Appreciate it. Oh, and thank you guys for listening. We had a great night tonight. I want to say thank you to everybody in the chat. We'll figure out what's going on around here with everything else. It's been a great night. It's been a great talk. I didn't miss the whole basketball game. But I had a good time doing this, man. Hopefully, y'all young guys learned a thing or two now. You get to hear from the women's side. All right. So I'm out.